life, I had seen God being very intentional from the beginning. He had a purpose for my life. He wanted me to be born. He wanted to create me, and he wanted me to be here. When I was 4, I was playing in front of the church after the service. My mom stayed to prepare the church for the next service, and I was playing with my brother in front of the church, and an iron gate fell over me. The weight is 300 kilos, which would be 600 pounds. So it fell just on me. And my dad had some people helping him. They needed 5 guys to hold the gate and take me from underneath. I was losing blood from my mouth, my ears, and my nose. And my face was crashed, so was all turned to the side. And I had a crack in my head right here. I had multiple broken bones, and I was losing the liquid from my spine. And my mom knew that something had happened to me, so she just turned and went to the altar. And she said that when she came to the altar, she saw heaven opening, like clouds opening, and she heard a verse in her heart in Psalm 34, 19, 20, who says, "He protects all his bones. No one of them will be broken." So she knew in her heart that I would be okay. And she turned to the pastor and she said, "You can schedule the service to give grace to God because this will pass." So in the first hospital, my heart stopped completely, and they took my dad out of the room with his friend, and my dad went to the restroom, and he said that he prayed, and he said, "God, she's my only child. Or to live or to die, she belongs to you." And when he came back, the doctors came to them saying she just suddenly came back and she's breathing again. A friend of my family had a niece. She's a pediatrician, and her niece was not a Christian, but when she came into the room and she saw me at the table covered in blood, she said that she heard angels singing, and she decided to fight for me. So the doctors gave me 8 hours to live, and they told my parents to go home. My parents went home, and they were worshiping with friends in my house, and my pastor went back to the church. And in the church, they were praying for me. And the doctor said that she saw light coming from my body when I was in the ICU. And after she saw the light, I woke up from the coma. The doctors took all the exams again 2 days later, and the liquid from my spine was not running anymore. The crack in my head was closed. This crack here was completely fine. All the broken bones that I had, they were completely restored. I was released from the hospital on Friday, and I was walking. I was completely restored, completely fine. On the next Sunday, we were back to church giving the testimony. The church was completely packed. Like people that were just walking in the street, they decided to come into the church. And multiple people got saved. Some of them are like pastors of big churches in Brazil now. He is my great friend. God is my great friend. And my favorite thing about him is that he speaks. He speaks all the time. And I remember he telling me, because I was like, "Why did you bring me back? Because it would be so much better for me to be in heaven." And he told, "There is no difference for me, you being in heaven or being on earth. And you being on earth is just like a place that I can come through your life."